Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. Hopefully you can hear me. Just starting up the show right now. We have Jonathan McKee already in the chat room visiting with us. And we got Casey Edwards. Hey, how's it going, Casey? We have Conrad's in again. Hey, Conrad. I'm glad I've actually friended a bunch of you on Facebook, so it's kind of cool to see your Facebook profiles now that I have my public Facebook account up and going. And I'm always worried that I'm talking here and then there's no audio. So new setup. I went and bought one of these techie nerd thing here that I'm excited about. I got one of these HDMI capture things that you USB to HDMI, and so I'm kind of excited. I like playing with these gadgets. So I'm able to hook up my good video camera up to my good computer. And instead of having like that little pinhole webcam, I got this webcam going this week. So I'm excited about that. Here at my YouTube channel, we're building it. We're getting things increasing. Yeah, this thing here costs $20, and not only for like doing live streams and stuff like that, but for doing like if you wanted to use a VCR, make your TV into like what a VCR used to be, you can do that with the software that I'm using, OBS. All sorts of cool things. So I'm kind of excited with that, and running through my thrift store microphone. So it's all working out really well. So I got the chat room here, I got the monitors. I kind of like the setup a lot better. I have the kids' playhouse in the background blocking so the kids don't run in here. If they do, I'm just going to switch the camera off so they're not on the video. And also, it's part of the policies with YouTube not to have minors or in your video. They take the comments down and all that kind of stuff. How's it going, Minecraft Villager? Did I miss anyone here? Adam, last man, need an FT dish. Yeah, everyone needs a free-to-air dish. And if you have an HOA, yeah, there's people. I'm in Canada. We don't really have. I don't know of any HOAs that maybe they have them in big cities, but I don't know of any HOAs that prevent people from having antennas or large satellite dishes. But I know in the States there is FCC rules that allow you to have up to a certain size of dish and antenna. I don't necessarily have the numbers right in front of me, but if you go to fcc.gov and do a Google search for it, you can find it right there. Same thing with, in my area, municipal bylaw for putting a 2 point something meter dish. It's not even like a 10-foot dish. Has to be in your back or side yard, cannot be in your front yard. It's all the limitations what. So they just didn't want people putting a large C-band dish right in their front yard facing south. I wouldn't mind that. It wouldn't bother me, but there's people out there that bothers them. I don't know what the problem is. I thought 103 West, Casey says 103 West was put in the graveyard orbit. I believe it was at one time, but they always put a new satellite in position. That's a prime position, 103 West. It's kind of high up in the sky. And with the repack, 103 is kind of one of the most northern positions. So there'll always be a satellite there. Always. Adam, last man, go to Linksat. Linksat.com, sathidden.com, TVROsat.com has a chart section on that website. It's a great and I believe there's people monitoring that are in North America, so they're actually looking at North American satellite feeds. Oh yeah, question with my setup, is my audio in sync or am I out of sync? I wasn't even going to try my headphones. I did a test run with all this setup earlier this week, and hopefully it works. King Ping, hello from Saskatchewan, another Canadian. Hey, how's it going? Trini Lee, hey, I love your channel. It's very informative. I'm very happy to hear that. I'm very happy that I'm able to help people save some money. I mean, pay TV is expensive. Say if you're paying $100 a month, that $100 a month is like $1,200 a year. That can be money better saved and spent somewhere else than paying for TV with commercials. Like all these big cable networks with commercials that you got to pay for. And anyone can, as long as I guess you could put up a dish. You can find the equipment on eBay. Go to freesatellitetv.net. It would take you to my Facebook page for my free satellite stuff, and you can go on there, and I have a little shop in there, and I do suggest things that you can buy for a free-to-air satellite setup system. Receivers, I have the Amico satellite receiver listed there, and I have the Edison. That's the popular receiver right now, which is a little bit more complicated, but has more bells and whistles. But if you want more of a simple, easy to use satellite receiver, the Amico Mini is a good one. It's called FTA. I like to use the term free to air. I like to use the term free satellite TV because it is free satellite channels over the that are unencrypted, and they're all fair game for anyone to watch. Jonathan McKee says he was able to get CTV6. That CTV analog channel is we've had some good tropospheric conditions for some TV DXing, especially with the lower frequency stuff. Yeah, so definitely I've actually got Toronto. I got a video of it, but I didn't edit it and put it on my channel, where I was able to get I never get Toronto here in Kingston, but I was able to get like City TV. I aim my antenna that way. Toronto's over that way, west of us, and I was able to get, but I wasn't able to get Starray TV, that little pirate underground TV station in Toronto. That's one I'd like to get, and John Pakal, he's doesn't have it. Like, he has this weird program that you need Windows XP to view it on. He's against TV being on the internet, but it would be cool to pick that up. But I get TV Ontario on that same frequency that's on a repeater closer, so it's probably going to wipe out any Starray, Sunray TV. Forgive me if I'm missing the whatever it was. I think it was Starray TV. Oh wow, I got playbacks 36, and I got 14 viewers on today. Cool. Hey Patrick, how's it going from Quebec? You're not too far from where I'm at, that's for sure. Montreal. Well, actually, I got Montreal. I'm kind of in the nice middle Kingstons. Like, there's Toronto, but 2 hours. There's Montreal, two and a half hours, depending on the traffic. And if it's a clear day, I can pick up TV stations out that way. Casey Edward says, we were talking about this on the Free Satellite North American Facebook group. Why are dish mover control box really hard to come by? I think they are now. I do believe Tech 2000 did have them a while ago. I got one from Tech 2000, and then they've had supply chain issues with the whole pandemic. And there's also been with the Amico receivers. I talked to Michael, and he was telling me that the Amicos were on a boat for a long time. He has them in stock now, last time I checked. So hopefully I can help send some sales over to Michael over on eBay selling the Amico receivers. Possibly. I'm not sure where TVO was coming from. If I did a search, I would see, I think it's 2022. I did a whole video, like a screen capture with my OBS. Hey, Eric from Farrow Point Farms is in today. Hey, how's it going? And he's got just finished the install of my C-band dish mover, and it works. That's good to hear. I forget what Eric was setting up. Did he have an mount, an HH mount, or an actuator? I know he had Eric over at Farpoint Farms has a few videos of his getting back in the satellite hobby. So definitely check out his channel, Farpoint Farms. And he's also on BitChute, which he got me into BitChute, where it's an alternative to YouTube. The one thing I was disappointed with BitChute was it does say you can back up all your videos from your YouTube channel, and I tried that, but all my videos never populated over to BitChute. I re-uploaded a few, but it was I was hoping I'd have like a whole backup over on BitChute, but it never transferred over. But I do have an account over at BitChute if you want to follow my videos there. In case YouTube's ever down, the servers ever go down, you can always go to BitChute and watch a few of my videos there. Good. Yeah, and I'm thinking of currently my internet is I only have 2 megabytes of upload speed. I have like 14 megabytes per second, Mbps, whatever. So I only have 2 up, and I have like 14 to 16 down. So I'm talking with my ISP, and I'm looking at increasing my upload. I don't even care about my download. The download's sufficient, but it's the upload for doing these live streams. And also, I'm looking at maybe doing a few live streams on Twitch, and just trying out Twitch along with YouTube, because I think Twitch is kind of cool. I've been checking that out. There's also DLive for other live streaming sites out there. I like playing around with the different technology, so I was thinking of giving them a try. And when I do, I'll post it on my robbiestrike.com page. Conrad is asking, what sat is Cozy on? Cozy is on 103 KU band with the NBC MUX and 105 C band. There's I think it's like the same MUX on 105 West C band, and it has Cozy TV, and that's 103 West. If you have missed the stream last week where I talked about that, they have this music video channel that shows music videos from the 80s, like kind of like MTV when it was cool, with all that good stuff. So hopefully I didn't miss any comments. Yes, Casey Edwards is doing a project with a Raspberry Pi, going to build a dish mover. I think I saw somebody build one once before. Might have been on Sack Guys or one of those forums. He did post pictures. If you did a search, you might be able to find that. And they were able to, like, someone, if they have the electrical engineering mind, could build one. It wouldn't, I imagine it wouldn't be that hard. For me, the amount of time it would take me to figure the amount of time it would take me, I'd rather buy one. But I'm glad I do have one that works. That's for sure. Yeah, because these dish movers, actually, they were like $100 for the dish movers, and now because of the pandemic, everything's been, they've raised the prices on everything. So who knows if that's going to come back down. Oh yeah, Eric from Farpoint Farms tells me the big dish has an actuator. I tried to use an old analog receiver, but it was a pain. It could be, so I finally got my hands on a mover, just setting the sats up now. Cool, so he's sitting there doing the move the dish, like the certain amount of degrees scan, wait for it to scan, find the channels, look at the channels. Oh, cool, all these channels. I moved to the next satellite. I've done that before, and that's kind of what you do with a C-band dish. Where with the KU band dish is really good with the USLs, is that you just program the satellite point, and then you can it should track it automatically for you, which is really cool. And I've got the video how to set up USLs down in on my channel. Is WWE encrypted here in America? I believe the network is, and I think the network's gone now. It used to be on C-band. But WWE has their satellite feeds. So, for example, on 55 West, you can watch Monday Night Raw, and I think NXT was on there too. and also, what was the other one? Friday Night Smackdown. Now, Friday Night Smackdown, I'm able to get it because it's over the air. It's on Fox now, so I just put the antenna on Friday nights and watch. I watch Smackdown, and then on Mondays I usually move the dish way over to 55 West, and I and I watch Monday Night Raw. The 3 hours of Monday Night Raw with Shane McMahon acting very strange with that Smackdown. The Fight Club thing that they have, Raw Underground. It's not the Brawl for All. It's Raw Underground. Basically, it's trying to look like Lucha Underground, WWE's version of Lucha Underground with a spin. And I did put a hashtag of wrestling on this stream, so if we're going to talk wrestling tonight, that'd be cool. It's not just a satellite stream. We'll talk about all technology and media, whatever you guys want to do. The chat room controls the narrative here. Yeah, it takes a while, but it's something you can. If you get parked on one satellite and you just find there's a. When I do that, when I'm moving the satellite, I get parked one place, and then I'm just happy with some shows. Like I'll find something interesting, and I'll just want to stay there and not really get everything scanned in. Don't get caught up streaming on both platforms at once. Linus somehow hasn't been. Yeah, yeah, it's we'll take a look at that. I was thinking with Twitch, it would be kind of cool to do a when I get my my bandwidth up increased, is to do a watch party. So I'll play all of some of the older videos, and I'll have the chat room and on the side, and I'll kind of chime in with this camera, and then we'll do like a longer stream at some point when I have the time to do that. It would be fun. It might be like a midday project, like it'll be like 1 o'clock on a weekday. That's what I'm looking at doing now. And also my streaming schedule, I might have to start doing it Saturdays instead of Sunday at 1 p.m. I'll see how things are going. Right now, things are a little bit up in the air for me right now. The North Coast Workshop. Hey, Robbie. Hey, North Coast out east there. You sent me that picture. It was really cool. He has a bunch of Shaw Direct dishes, and he has the round dishes. Like there's the older Shaw Direct, Star Choice era dishes that are round, and there's the Shaw Direct elliptical dishes. They in Canada, it's kind of like this great little free to air secret that we have here, that you can get you can use one of these old dishes and basically get pointing at Galaxy 19. It's not the best dish. You want to get like a 3-foot 36-inch dish, but you can use one. I don't think they're quite 36-inch. I'm not sure what the size of those things with the elliptical dishes are, but they will work with Galaxy 19. They're not the best, but they will work. Patrick says that he knows some people doing their own motor box. Yeah, and I've heard a lot of stories of people using their old receivers, which I imagine maybe you can find them in a thrift store if you're lucky. But the weird thing is with thrift stores, I've seen them still have like your analog cable TV converter boxes. So remember back in the days when you had cable. And if you had cable, you could get channel 13, and anything above 13, you needed the converter for the cable UHF channels. And they used to have those. They still have them in thrift stores. I'm like, they don't even use those things anymore. They're obsolete. And then when you go into a thrift store, I'll see a stack of them. North Coast says gotta love Kijiji, and he got a whole whack of them free off Kijiji. They're also like the good thing with the elliptical dish, although everyone wants the XKU LMBs, is if you have a camper, a lot of people bring their Shaw direct receivers, or they get a separate receiver and they have one at home and at their camper. And even sales at Shaw has kind of encouraged that to its customers. Hey, you can get, if you have a camper, you can bring a receiver. I don't know if they still have that in their policy, but they were actually doing that, where they get 2 dishes and have their Shaw subscription at the cottage. Yeah, you find them free all over. So I don't know if anyone's checked out my channel today. I put a video about Pluto TV, and I just looked at Pluto TV yesterday. I was like trying to figure a solution for my parents that would have MeTV, because like I was showing them, hey, look, I get this channel, MeTV. My dad loves those rawhide Clint Eastwood shows and all those old westerns, and he's like, how could I get MeTV? It's like, in his area, he doesn't get it with an antenna. They're a little further north than here. And I'm thinking, well, you can put up a large C-band satellite dish. They don't want to put up a large C-band satellite dish. If they would have let me have one back in the 80s and 90s, they would have been on already, but they never would let me have one. I had to get my own house to be able to put up a C-band satellite dish. So I looked at Pluto TV. It doesn't have MeTV, but it has kind of like MeTV equivalents. My look at Pluto TV was kind of like, it has channels there, but it's kind of like, I don't know, the dollar store version of cable channels, but it's free, and so it's definitely worth looking at. If you guys haven't looked at Pluto TV, check out my video. It's just mainly, I'm more focused on how to get Pluto in outside of the United States using ExpressVPN, which I use all the time. ExpressVPN, I have it on my cell phone. That's my little plug for ExpressVPN. I have like an affiliate link below. And even if you use public Wi-Fi, I know now nobody uses public Wi-Fi. Everyone's at home or whatever. But when I'm out, even in a parking lot, and I can use like Canadian Tire's public Wi-Fi, I use ExpressVPN to protect my my Facebook password. It's just a safer way if you're going to use public Wi-Fi to have a VPN. Jonathan McKee says he found their 50 centimeters by 74 centimeters for the Shaw Direct dishes. That's probably the elliptical, or 20 inches by 29 inches. Yeah, that's about what the Shaw Direct dish size would be. I never actually measured mine. You can buy, North Coast says you can buy those converter boxes at Consumers Distributing here in Canada. I don't know if they had that in the States. It was a store, kind of like Sears, if you had a Sears outlet store, where you could, you had a catalog and you can go in, you order stuff, and it would be delivered to the store. Yeah, I remember that. My town, in Carleton Place, where I grew up, it was, we had a Sears. I don't think there was a Consumers Distributing. There was one in Ottawa, and I remember the catalogs. I used to like because the catalogs had all the video games, so that was pretty cool. I had like old catalogs of that, and I've done a few catalog videos on my channel as well. But I don't have my old Wish books. I wish I still had them, because I'd be like doing more videos about Wish books, because that was like the Christmas catalog, and I delivered Wish books, so I was kind of back in the day. When the Christmas Wish book, we wouldn't have to fight over one. We had, everyone in my family had their own copy of the Wish book for looking at the Christmas toys. North Coast. Oh, you found your C-band dishes on Kijiji as well, North Coast. Yeah, Pluto is geo-blocked. You'll need a VPN. I have a VPN on the link below for ExpressVPN, as I was just talking about. I highly recommend it. I like ExpressVPN. I use it on my computer, on my phones, and all my other devices. I don't actually have it set up with my router, because I kind of like to be in Canada. It's just if I'm going to a site that's geo-blocking or something where you want to protect your data because you're a shady website, and use like Brave web browser or something like that. And yeah, with Pluto TV, let's stay on Pluto there for a minute. Um, yeah, definitely something to check out. It's probably a good alternative. Like if you are watching TV with an antenna and a C-band dish, it might give you a few extra channels. There actually is several channels that are on Pluto that are on free to air, and they just you know. For a channel, I guess they want to be everywhere, so you can even apply to them and try to get your channel on there. And it's a great alternative to the cable system, where they have like channels that want a certain amount of money. And it's always like the content providers that want more money. The TV stations, they want their cut of the cable, and it's making the cable bills go higher and higher. But yet they're double dipped in getting. They got over the air TV, but they want money for cable. Yet they make money off the advertising, and they make money off the advertising on cable. Yeah, like Casey says, he turned an elliptical dish. If you got pictures of that, I think he did post that on the North American group, because I get a lot of questions. Can I use a Dish Network dish for free to air? And I'm thinking, well, some of the older ones with the circular KU band LBs won't work, but then there's some Dish Network dishes that have a linear KU band LB that will work if you have it plugged in and all the settings configured the right way. Google's your friend. See the wrestlers they sold, yeah. Someone said in the comments, let's never talk to this guy about wrestling or he'll go nuts. Gotta bring my favorites over here. Gonna start playing with my dolls now. Ooh yeah, dig it. Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh yeah. It's the Ultimate Warrior. I'm gonna turn this plane into a nosedive position and drive it straight to parts unknown. Ah! I think I just hurt my voice. I'm not gonna. Okay, I cracked my voice here. There's the Iron Sheik and Roddy Piper and Mean Gene. Those are worth money too. You won't want to buy them. Everyone's got a price for the $1 Million Man. Yeah, the LJNs. These wrestling action figures are like the best ever. The LJNs, like these. I wish they made the current. There was a few LJN style. They had John Cena and a few guys that were kind of like this that came up, but they were pretty expensive. Yeah, my Macho Man, it's actually, I think he's missing some fingers, and like fingers are getting gnawed off. Or he's missing a thumb, and his fist is, I don't know what happened to his fist. He used to be in pristine condition, and then my mom let her daycare kids play with it. Yeah. But my Ultimate Warrior is in pretty good condition, which is like, this is like the one that goes on eBay for like crazy, like $400 or whatever. And he has like a little bit of paint missing there and a little bit on his feet. Because like the paint wore off on the Ultimate Warrior because he always beat Hulk Hogan. Is there a receiver that will do both satellite and over the air? Yes, there is. Although, well, the Edison Mayo will, when you plug one of those hodgepodge, I don't know if I said that right, but like the USB ATSC adapters, and you can plug one of those into the Edison, or a lot of the satellite receivers have the Open ATV operating system. So you can do that. What am I doing for time? Okay. So it is possible. It's just, yeah. I had a few receivers that did do that. I had a Sonic View that did over, and then for the most part, I had it when I lived in an apartment. I used it as an over-the-air, a PVR. I think it was before you could just run out, like the over-the-air boxes had a PVR, so I bought this Sonic View. I got it a little bit cheaper because it was after 2008, and but you could still use it for free day for Galaxy 19 and channels like that. Although those receivers tended to have they were built for circular KU band reception, because they did some, dark side of satellite stuff. They're built to do that, and what would happen was, they were not, like, for tuning them, for using it to aim a dish, they were not very good. The signal quality, the SNR reading on those was never good. Now I use, like, an old ViewSat receiver. I use it for audio. That's pretty much what it's good for. I listen to the radio stations on Galaxy 19 with one of those. They don't do MPEG-4 or anything like that. But I still found a purpose for them, because they were like stacked and people would throw them out. Some have built-in tuners, yeah. Depends on the receiver. You do a search, you can find an ATSC tuner in with the satellite receiver. What was the one I did? The Z Gamma had one, but they're not in production anymore. And the one I had, I think the tuner had after a while, the tuner had a flakiness in it where the ATSC tuner part of it would flicker really bad, and it was like not worth watching ATSC on it after about a year or so. But the cool thing was with the OpenA TV, when it did have the built-in tuner, is it's like having an HD home run. You hook up your antenna and your satellite to it, you can stream to any device on your local area network. So you can have a phone, you get an app called DreamSat that you can install on your phone. You can watch or listen to radio shows off satellite, or watch TV shows off the satellite to your phone or any Android device. Or you can watch it to your computer, even this Linux computer, because it's all web browser based. So you just go to the local area network address, the 192.168 thing, and you can click on the thing, and it will pop up. It'll pop up into VLC player. I use SM player because it tends to manage the video a little bit better. So look into that. Check out my Z Gamma video. It's an older receiver, but I did do did a video on that, and I think it's the only video I think I have on that is the Z Gamma. But I mean I don't know if I have in the Homeworks boxes. I have the remote for it. I actually have a Luretech box here. These boxes are cheap, and they do decent over-the-air PVR recording and stuff. Also with the cards and my computer, what I pretty much do for my PVR of over-the-air is I use my computer using a program called Caffeine that runs on Linux, and you can schedule all your over-the-air recordings and stuff like that. And I really like that program for doing my over-the-air stuff. I actually prefer that more than the over-the-air tuner box. I have used the over-the-air tuner box where I've captured video. I don't have the box, but I have the remote here, where I've captured video and it records it as a whatever the format MTS file, and I was able to put it in Kdenlive and edit with it, and put a story on Facebook or whatever. If you're only getting 20 channels on Galaxy 19, that tells me that the Sonic View is really outdated. I think Galaxy 19 still, I think a lot of the channels are still MPEG-2. And it's very low bit rate, some of those channels, because they're trying to fit so much on transponder, and they're not probably paying a huge amount for the transponder time. So, like, for example, when you watch TBN or Smile of a Child, you can tell the bit rate is MPEG-2 and it's very low bit rate. If you go to the C-band feed of Smile of a Child and TBN, which has a high definition feed over on 125 West, it's like crisp, clear, high definition. Well, Smile of a Child's in high definition, but even for a standard definition channel, the quality is a lot better. With ATSC3, and I just watched a video Tyler, the Antenna Man, did talking about ATSC3, where he talked about an executive that was doing. They're going to have a pay TV system, basically like having a cable package with your over-the-air channels. You'll still have your couple of over-the-air channels that will be on that transmitter, and but there'll be also a pay subscription setting in certain areas that cable companies have went away. I can't believe that cable companies have gone away in some areas, but I don't know the whole story behind that, but it'd be interesting. So back to the comments here. I see a few popped up here. Jonathan McKee says that it's a shame they changed. Yeah, change is always going to happen, especially in the satellite era. I mean, you can buy, you gotta buy a new receiver, but the receivers are like even cheaper than what they used to be. When digital receivers first came out, they were hundreds of dollars, and then now they're like under $100. Some are $20. Like if you find a deal on Amazon or eBay. I don't know if they're any good, but I do recommend the Amico at $88 for one of the lowest cost ones that I know is good and reliable. What is the absolute best? Hugh Stifler says, what's the best PVR receiver money can buy? Depends on what you want. Like the best one, if you want 4K, I guess would be the Edison that's on the market now. I haven't looked at an Octagon. I hear those are pretty good too. I don't have an Octagon to try out, but I'd like to have one. No one's sent me one. If the Octagon company wants to send me one, I would definitely review it for them and hook it up to my C-band dish. Xbox One, can you do satellite feeds? I don't understand the question, Craig Turner. Oh yeah, Casey has that issue where some of the channels are not. Now I find with MeTV, maybe there's some interference issues on 101 West. I'm not sure, because I know MeTV will be on one side and it's very close to 99 West. I've actually gotten some of the channels on 99 West and on 101 West at the same time. I don't know why I'm holding my hands, but my hands are the satellites. And my face is the dish, or this microphone is the dish. And I was able to pick up both at times. I think I still can if I move the dish optimally to the one spot. Do you need a Lughead 6 asks, do you need a separate motor controller for your stab motor on a KU dish, or is it controlled via the dissect and the SAT receiver, such as the Amico RS? And yes. With the HH motors, which I've done a video on, I'm proud of that video, except for the angle part, which I was like thinking it's so hard for me to figure out how to explain this properly. I heard all that, so with the de-inclination angle, look that up, do a little research on that before. But everything else in that video, it's like your A to Z on how to set up a satellite dish. There's a helpful information on how to set up a C-band dish. And that was the video that I did this summer. And I've added chapters to it too, so you can scroll at the bottom of the screen and see the different parts where I talked about the different topics on that. So if you've seen it before, check that video out again. I've done an enhancement to help you navigate through the different topics of the video. Craig Turner, are you from Oklahoma? No, I am in Ontario, Canada. Video cassettes is here again. We're going to talk about. I even put the hashtag for VHS because we were talking about the video format last week, which is pretty cool. I love VHS. I have fond memories of the format. Like that was, if you're a Gen Xer, you grew up. You didn't have Netflix. You had VHS. You didn't go on Netflix and like spend an hour trying to decide what to watch. I rode my bicycle to the video store and spent an hour looking at all the sections. And then for $3, I can rent like 3 movies or whatever. And then, so I'd go into the old school section and pick out all these movies and spend hours trying to pick out the movies that I was going to rent. And I could have them for a few days. So, yeah. And also, I think it's very important to archive some stuff on VHS. And YouTube and other video streaming sites have been great for that, just to give us an archive of old footage, old TV commercials, and just really old cool stuff. I like old cool stuff. I enjoy watching. I was watching videos of like computers from the 70s, which I always think that's fascinating because back then that was all very new and people didn't have them in their homes at that time. C-bands have different shapes. I guess it's just all a matter of the dish design for different dishes, and some work more efficient for things. Craig Turner asks, "Do I play video games?" I play Atari. I have a Sega Genesis. I'm an old school guy. Yeah, so what else do I have? I recently got an image on my Raspberry Pi, and I was able to play WrestleFest on my Raspberry Pi. That was pretty cool, like the arcade game. Yes, so North Coast Workshop says it should be controlled by USLs or DISEC. Yeah, so basically with the HH motors, yeah, it just controls your dish through that same coaxial cable. So you just need, if you have an old dish and you're going to run it through the same cable outside, that's pretty much the system that you have to do. Jonathan McKay asked, do they have a built-in polarity control? Most LMBs have the polarity control built into them. The modern day ones, although I did recently do a video on a C-band feed where I had to get a switch to do the polarity, which it basically worked like any other LMB once you wired up the switch with a couple different coax cables. Video cassette says I'm a Gen Z and used VHS. Is that like millennial as Z, or what is Gen Z? See, I was always a Gen Xer, and then you know how the media decided to change that, but I just say no, I'm always a Gen Xer, born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s and 90s. North Coast says, am I still on? Yeah. I just haven't selected a different feed here. I kicked my camera. Made me a little bit scared there. Yeah, VHS, Gen Z. North Coast says, I love Betamax. I remember going to Jumbo Video. That's like a Canadian chain. I love Blu-ray. I've never owned a Blu-ray player because I'm kind of stubborn that way. Like, I wanted a Blu-ray player that was also an Android box, also a DVD player, also a VHS player. So I wanted one of those, both. I wanted to play Atari 2600 and 7800 games and Atari Lynx games. Well, with a Raspberry Pi, you can do all that. I own... Video cassettes has that the highly coveted DVHS machine with the HDMI cable. That is very coveted. Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show says, I used to install 10-foot aluminum polar mount dishes when you had to be balls on and get clear picture across it. Yeah, there wasn't. I don't know if people had. Did they have spectrum analyzer? Like, if you had a lot of money, I guess you could have a spectrum analyzer and do that. I know I'm trying to scroll down here because I'm looking at the comments, and I highlight them so I can see them better. Yes, there was a store in Carlton Place called Let's Video, Latts Video. I don't know if it's named after a guy, and they had like a pretty good wrestling selection of videotapes there. That's how I was able to follow like I started following wrestling around '92, and then but I was able to like follow the history and AWA and NWA because they had like a few videos of those, but mostly WWF wrestling. Video cassettes. I own a video toaster as well. Now that's a coveted machine. When I'm using OBS, I feel like it's kind of the grandson of the toaster, the new tech video toaster. I worked with one of those back in my community television days. My parents have DirecTV. Yeah, a lot of parents have like cable. Seems to be a generational thing. For some people, if they've been doing a subscription-based TV for years, but they are also pre-internet, Like they were not knowing how to go on YouTube and finding great people like Robbie Strike and watching his highly entertaining videos on YouTube. I don't know. It's just there's other stuff though. I mean, when YouTube came out in 2005ish, I had cable, and YouTube came out around that time, and I just was I spent more time watching YouTube than actually watching the cable box. I had WWE Classics or WWE 24/7 when that was out. Are you able to leave the plate in the LMB and still receive vertical and horizontal? I never put the plate in the LMB. I think you can. It will work all the same. It will just work for the circular C-band channels. There's a few of them on 45 West. Hopefully I said 45. It's on 45 West, but I think it's on 45 West. Oh yes. Gen Z's like born in the 90s. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the times too, it's like people have their ages, but then there's like people that are younger and they like old technology. And then I know some people that are senior citizens and they're right into technology. My grandfather in his 70s never had a computer, got into video editing, and transferred all of our home videos to DVDs. And my grandfather, he's a big influence on me too, with all of being into video production. You just saw active channels, and there were so many. Like, I remember in the analog days, was it like 20 channels on a C-band satellite, and then you'd have to move over. But actually, Grumpy Grandpa, if you look at it now with digital, one transponder has like 20 channels, where in the olden days, with analog, there was like one transponder, the whole satellite had 20 channels. So it's definitely, the technology, the potential is there. I'd love to see a service like Pluto TV come to KU band and just like say, hey, we're going to have free programming with ads on satellite. You just got to buy our system, and the ads will help pay for it. That would be a great. They have that in Europe and the eastern part of the world, but we don't have that here. That's why if you ever go to look at any part in the eastern part of the hemisphere, you look at an apartment building, they're covered in satellite dishes, KU-band satellite dishes. Just go on Google Street View and go to the eastern hemisphere and look at a house. You know? I know, I'm crazy. I do that kind of stuff. I go to like South Africa and I look around. Oh, I wonder what so the satellite dishes would be pointing north in South Africa. So I go on Street View in South Africa to look at how they do that, or in Australia. North Coast used to watch UWF, AWA Saturday night. My Maple Leaf Wrestling, International Wrestling. Yep. And I think there's like a little bit less wrestling on satellite. I mean, that's why, like in the 90s when I became a wrestling fan, that's why I wanted a satellite dish, because we couldn't get Monday Night Raw in Canada. The TSN was not playing Monday Night Raw at the time. They had some like Superstars, which was Maple Leaf Wrestling, which Vince McMahon kind of rendered that into like all squash matches. So it wasn't actually even good matches, just all squash, no angles or anything, just squash matches. And so I became a WCW fan because WCW Saturday Night was pretty awesome. And you watched, and everyone say WCW sucks and WWF is better. And yet WCW had, like, you know, I'd watch Cactus Jack and Steve Austin, Brian Pillman, and Ravishing Rick Rude, and Ricky Steamboat, you know, and Ric Flair. So I was a WCW fan until Hogan came and ruined it. Bloom's Tea asked me, please give me the address or email address to buy stuff in Ghana. I don't sell anything. I do have a link for eBay if they'll ship to Ghana, but I think a lot of places in the other part of the world, there's definitely a lot of Facebook groups for the Eastern Hemisphere. That's why I created a North American group, because there is so much of for free to air satellite. It was all Eastern Hemisphere part of stuff, so it was very confusing for someone in North America to get into free to air, because it's just it's so different there. Like, they have so much more content, and there's people there that sell receivers and probably would help. I mean, there's people that are in the Eastern Hemisphere that do YouTube channels about satellite, and they got hundreds of thousands of subscribers because it's so popular in that part of the world. There's something about analog C-band that digital C-band doesn't have. Yes, artifacts. Well, digital has artifacts too. You can have analog artifacts, or you can have digital pixelation, or just dropouts. Yeah. Oh man, I need to go to the washroom. Oh, we're almost done? Okay. Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show says, I just retired. He retired running a satellite truck and would be MCPC 10 channel shows for ESPN. That's pretty cool, though, to be able to be a technician on a satellite truck. I think that's really cool technology. If they don't use the truck anymore, can they let me look at it and play around with it? Like, that would be a candy store for a lot of us. Let's have like a satellite convention when COVID's over and play with all this stuff. There is Toyota. Yes. There are plenty in Quebec distribution. I don't know what I'm talking about. Have you heard of IPTV? I don't know if you were on earlier. I was talking about Pluto TV. So that's an IPTV service. I've got a video down on this channel where I talked about it, and I think I'm going to have a video just going through the channels that are on Pluto TV. It's kind of definitely an interesting thing. Okay, oops, I paused my stream. Ric Flair was the man. Jason says, I have a 4K Samsung Smart TV. Yeah, you can stream. The only thing is, like, now 4K, you can just stream stuff, except get an Edison Mayo and watch the NASA channel. That's about it, all there is. It's like, analog channels are easier to find. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I want to get like a spectrum analyzer meter thing so I can aim the dish and kind of find where the frequencies are, like the prominent transponder frequencies. That'd be kind of a fun thing to look at. I did look at my SDR radio and I was trying to figure that out, but I wasn't doing the right input frequency. I don't know what was going on there, but it's theoretically it should work. I should be able to use GQRX and just set it to the right frequency with the LMB, because the LMB is a low noise down converter. So run that into the GQRX program, run the right input frequency. I should be able to see the little spikes in the waterfall. Yeah. Okay, guys, so I'm going to take a break. We're going to wrap this up soon, but I'm going to have a break and I'll wrap it up. I'll show the video there of the shop, and I'll be right back. I got to go to the washroom. So, guys, take a washroom break, and I'll be right back. Please check out freesatellitetv.net, and also check out the new shop where you can order free satellite TV, LMBs, receivers, and dishes, all sorts of things for your free-to-air needs over at the freesatellitetv.net shop. If you want to watch a streaming service and you're in a country like Canada, certain programs are region blocked so you can't get it, you can use ExpressVPN if you have a cell phone. So if you use public Wi-Fi, you tell it which area you want to connect to in New York City, connect. So if you're using public Wi-Fi at Walmart, a restaurant, you really should be using a VPN. It will protect your private data, and also it saves you a lot of money. It's a fraction of the cost of what a cell phone data plan is these days. Please check out freesatellitetv.net, and also check out the new shop where you can order free satellite TV, LMBs, receivers, and dishes, all sorts of things for your free-to-air needs over at the freesatellitetv.net shop. If you want to watch a streaming service and you're in a country like Canada, certain programs are region blocked so you can't get it, you can use ExpressVPN if you have a cell phone. So if you use public Wi-Fi, you tell it which area you want to connect to in New York City, connect. So if you're using public Wi-Fi at Walmart, a restaurant, you really should be using a VPN. It will protect your private data, and also it saves you a lot of money. It's a fraction of the cost of what a cell phone data plan is these days. Please check out freesatellitetv.net, and also check out the new shop where you can order free satellite TV, LMBs, receivers, and dishes, all sorts of things for your free-to-air needs over at the free satellite. All right, I'm back. I think I played that ad a few times. Okay, sorry for that. Yeah, there's lots of cool stuff on YouTube video cassettes. Get a used AV comm. I'll have to look up what one of those things is. Craig asks, do you have a girlfriend? No, I'm married. Patrick says, I played with an analog spectrum analyzer. It's the best. Yeah. Open widget. No, just keep the audio going, YouTube. If it's cutting out. If it's cutting out. Anybody Ontario, Canada could help me install a C-band dish. I have a pole, feed horn, LMBs, and ribbon and cables. Where are you, video cassettes again? I'm in Kingston. It's a bit of a drive for me to go anywhere, though. Yeah, it's like TV, advertising. You know, I've been in advertising for my dad had an advertising company, but I was like, you know, a small regional delivery business, but it was advertising. But he always had this great attitude about advertising. He taught me is like, for example, he had a flyer to a store, a hardware store, and by doing that, it would contribute to the economy and allow other people to have jobs for their families. So I always kind of, he taught that to me. And it was like a good thing to know that when you do advertising, you're doing work that actually gets other people work, and so it helps stimulate the economy. And you got to spend to stimulate the economy. Yeah, it's. You're in Mississauga. I'm surprised there's no one in Mississauga that can do that. There probably is people in Mississauga that could do it. If you dig the hole and get the pole mounted up properly and plump, then you just gotta get the dish up there. Although it might need a hand. It takes about 2 men to lift the 2 people to dish. 2 people, I guess. Lift the dish up. The dish is not heavy. I mean, it's just light metal. Did I say washroom or bathroom? I say both because I'm kind of like my influence is because I watch American TV as much as Canadian, and I just what I'm saying. I say both. I speak Ottawa Valley accent hick speak. Okay. Yeah. No, I've been looking at a different meters and what to get for that because I thought it'd be good. Well, it is a good thing for my channel to probably invest in that, even for like my own personal 5G interference studies. My studies. CP Wolf, hey, how's it going? Don't worry about being late, man. I think I'm gonna change. I don't know if I'm gonna stream on Sunday afternoons next time. I might try another day. I'll post on my robbiestrike.com Facebook page where I'll be and when. I try to get that out a few days before I actually do it. If people have the time to tune in. I know on YouTube, the nice thing with YouTube is it gives you the notification. But I thought I'd do like a marathon of watching videos on Twitch too, and maybe I'll try D Live or whatever. There's got to be a streaming app where you can get. So, oh yeah, I'm right here. What options does this give you? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I could add people as moderators. Cool. Jonathan McKee. Okay. Did I add him? So I can add Jonathan McKee as a moderator. No, Northcote. Well, Northcote, you're a moderator. Where's Jonathan? I wanted to add him as moderator. I was intending to, I'm okay with if he's still on. Maybe he's not on now. It's kind of running slow right now with all the stream going on in the background. I never thought of that. I didn't think I'd get too riff-raffy in here. There you go. Okay. Jonathan McKay, so don't tick him off. He's a moderator now. McKee. He's going to kick me out because I said his name wrong. So we'll see if that sticks next week, Jonathan, if you're still set up as a moderator on the live streams. My video quality's dropped right here. I know I'm going over the hour. My youngest child is sleeping, so... Yeah. Kevin's in. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? So... My phone's beeping. Check that out. Live on the air. What are you doing? Live TV, live stream. It's got to look at my face there. Show them the Roku. So I had this set up, by the way. I don't know if you guys want to call in. I have like my phone. Jonathan, I didn't set up Discord. I don't know, is there a channel? I haven't been on Discord as much. I've been working on other things. I set up Discord for like live chatting, and then now I'm like set up a lot of things, and I don't have time for. Didn't have the time for Discord. What's happening here on? Oh, I had a meeting. That's why it's beeping. Okay. Oh, that looks good. Yeah. On the Facebook Messenger Lite. Anyone on my Facebook want to call in? Call in. Well, you can video call in now, I guess, with this. I wanted to set it up for video calling. I'll probably go onto the browser, actually. But I can't do video because this thing's running the USB dongle. So... I guess if I had a separate computer and set video capture to that, I could do all that. The whole thing about this is I'm playing TV Station, which is like it's like the toy that I've always wanted, like a satellite channel. And although I'd want to have much better programming than me talking, that's for sure. I'd want to have like professional wrestling. Oh yeah, on professional wrestling over on what's that thing? Pluto TV. There's TNA Impact Wrestling, and that's about it. I mean, they don't have WWE or All Elite Wrestling. Ring of Honor, they might have Ring of Honor on Stadium because they show Stadium, but they don't show all the over-the-air channels on that streaming service. Which is check it out. I mean, and maybe try having a VPN if you're out of the United States. My redneck idea of fixing a mesh dish would be getting some tin foil and duct tape. I don't know if that would work. Duct tape wire wouldn't hold up against the weather, though. I don't know. Maybe that would work. I don't know. There's satellite technicians in this chat room. They might know. Gears time. Freehan, what's the best KU band? LMB? I don't know. Like you just got to get a PLL, LMB. I think there's a lot of knockoff brands that do that. So yeah, I grabbed one on Amazon or eBay that was a dual output. It works okay, and I've done a review of it. This is probably the most recent review, and it's a universal LMB, so it gets those low frequencies. I don't know if I don't know if somebody's in here who knows about those. But those LMBs, the only thing is the plastic has been out in the sun, and it's only been like a summer, and the LMB is like weird color. Like the thing about LMBs is the plastic around them can like crack if it's like cheap plastic. And then Geosat Pro, like they prided themselves on I have one of their LMBs, and the plastic's like supposed to be able to withstand sun for years and years, because a satellite dish LMB, it's out in the sun, basically it's facing south, so it's gonna get cooked in the sun. 5T over the... Hey, Joe Hobbs asks, I need help with a 5 TV over-the-air setup. Can you send me a link to help me? You can find me on this page. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Discord. And also there's people in the group that can help you too. Just maybe post some pictures of what you're doing. Pictures are great because they're pictures worth 1,000 words. And I'm over on our group on North American Satellite. Please post pictures of your satellite. If you just want to feel like, can I just randomly? Show us your setup. Hey, this is my setup, and this is my receiver. This is how I'm pulling in the channel I like to watch. Go for it. That'd be kind of cool discussion stuff to have up there. Yeah. Yeah, that covers, because really it's just like plastic coating that helps keep the actual metal part that's inside from weathering. Mine, you probably saw it in one of my videos where I just took electrical tape, covered the LMB with that. An old cracked, the plastic broke off the LMB. What happens is people take down the dishes and they throw the dish, and it's the LMB part that the plastic all breaks off of it because it's just looping around in a shed somewhere after a while if it gets taken down. Hey guys, so we'll wrap this up in a few minutes here. This has been great. I really appreciate you guys for coming here and chatting with me. And also remember to check out my channel for information. Come join our group. Let me throw that web browser. There we go. I'll cut to here. Come check out our group here, the Facebook group for free North Satellite TV for North American and plus over-the-air channels and streaming. What did I do there? And friend me on Facebook. This one here, this picture of me in blue with the blue-black background is me. And I can direct you to basically, usually what I like to do, if I don't have a video where I've covered it, I've made a couple hundred videos about free-to-air satellite. So if I haven't made a video about it, I'd like to direct you to it. And I tend to do that a lot. I get here's a link, here's a YouTube link. What receiver do you recommend? I send you a link to the receiver, an Amico Mini, or I ask, what do you want? You want the best? You want like 4K? You want something easy to use, an easy one for your spouse to use, or for your mother or grandmother to use? Get an Amico. Yeah, have a good day, North Coast. Have a great day, Eric, if you're out there still listening, if you're working on scanning in your satellite dish. I hope that works out well for you. I want to see a video on that. That would be kind of cool to see that whole transition of that. Yeah. Okay, guys. So thanks a lot for joining me today. I am going to wrap this thing up, and I will talk to you guys. I'm not sure. I think if I do another live stream, it's going to be next Saturday at 1 p.m. And I'm waiting for my internet to get a little bit better because like the picture quality here is... Oh, yeah, it's still working. It's only the 2 meg up uploaded speed that I have here, so I really want to upgrade that. I think this is decent, but when I try to play a video in the background, it artifacts. It's like watching a channel on Galaxy 19 that hasn't been updated in 20 years. Okay. All right, so I'll talk to you guys later, and I'm going to sign off here with the ending. There we go. So please check out my YouTube channel, Robbie Strike, and check out all the technology videos and reviews that I've done covering satellite, free-to-air, cell phone, how to do stuff in Linux, how to do stuff in shortwave and old technology, and doing neato things with computers. So please check out my YouTube channel, Robbie Strike, and check out all the technology videos and reviews that I've done covering satellite, free-to-air, cell phone, how to do stuff in Linux, how to do stuff in shortwave and